Hey folks, we're going to get started on this painting that I've got sketched out here. And I'm glad to see that you can see pretty well. I tilted you down a good bit. It looks like I can push some things out of the way, which is good news because paint's about to be flying. And I don't really want that too close, but you can stay nice and close. It's sketched out, super rough. And that's important to kind of trust the process. I'm really big into trusting the process in writing as well, because writing is life, not just writing. Life is messy. You got the messy beginning, the clueless beginning most of the time, and then messy in there where you have no idea what you're doing. And then, hey, things work out. And you trust the process, and I have learned to trust my process in both authorship as well as in painting. And so I do kind of a rough sketch out of what I want this to look like. And this is a battle that happens in book two. Book two is not yet out. It is with the publisher completely. It's been with them for a while. We are all in wait mode at this point. But it is not with me. We're talking like, I don't know, days, a week, something. So we're really at that point. So this is a battle that happened, so it's not anything you would know yet. We got some dwarves and we've got a Telenuth here. And what I'm going to do is part of the process is just starting with the background, starting with the basics and working forward. And so what I've got here is that they are fighting, and then there's what looks like a city over here, or walls of some sort, on a harbor. And then this goes off and up into mountains, and then the cliffs go on around this way, and then the mountains and a bay, and then this is all water off over here, and there's even a little ship. I'm trying to make myself remember to do things, so I sketch things in where I want them. So there's a little ship there, and then there's a bigger ship here. So I've got all that kind of stuff going on. And so what I do as part of the process is just, what's the last thing? What's the furthest away from me? What's as far away from me as you can get? And as far away as you can get is the sea. And so it's going to be this stuff for me. And so the first thing that I'm going to do is, pretty fearlessly, knowing that everything's going to get painted over again, paint the sea. And so that's the first thing I'll attack. So that'll be our job here first, is to attack the sea. And then we'll build from there and kind of watch that happen. This will almost definitely not get done in this record. I mean, I just can't even imagine not. There's just no way. There's no way. One, it needs to dry in between layers and stuff, and two, I don't think I wouldn't have that in me. I don't have it in me. There's no way. All right, so little tray. I love these. Working with the stuff I do is nice because it cleans up really, really easy. I use Mod Podge a lot, glue, basically. So what we're going to do here is, I want, for the sea, I want this to be more of a gloss. And so I'm going to go with a gloss luster. I want to go with something shiny. That made a lot of noise. That was like crack, snap, crackle, pop. So I pour it on there. And this is what I use kind of as my painting medium, as my base. I'll put some acrylics in there sometimes too. And in fact, I might do that now, just because this is the base. This is what I am counting on covering everything else up. Kind of like I'm going to do over here as well. Then again, I don't know. I don't know that I will. A lot of times I don't have any acrylic or anything. A lot of times I don't have any acrylic in what I do, unless it's a class. Now I will have watercolors and other things, so I'll layer those in. I do that a lot. All right, so we've got that. I want a decent size because this is going to get really sloppy. So you're going to be perhaps surprised by how sloppy and messy this is. So I want a really big brush and some blues because this is the ocean. So I'm going to get a couple mica blues that are the blues that I want for the ocean. Uh, and if this are yours, that could be your blues. But these are, yeah, maybe. I don't know about that. We'll think about that. Aha, I did want this one. I like blue pearl. And that one's already opened. It's a not open one. All right, so I'm getting a little lineup of other colors that I want to use here. What I'm going to do is just take plain blue. And I'm bopping it here, and I don't care. Oh, I do care that there's a stick there. Actually, I really don't care about that much. But I do a little. But I really don't care that I'm covering up arms or ships or shorelines. In fact, I like that. I'm just bopping some glue. Bopping a layer of glue. But I'm also not like going totally over those things. So there's that as well. I'm definitely kind of staying around the central figures. You'll see right there. I stayed around the horns, around the land masses, generally ish. I'm not stressing. I like to wrap these, so I want to get the tops and the sides. All right, I just get the whole visible. See? No, I did not. I missed a spot. All right, that I do believe. We're going to find out. Now, put that down over here for just a moment. Make sure that's got powder. And, oh, come on. Wait a second. I have tools for this. That's what this little thing is even for. I have tools for this. I just dump it. Come on. Oh, are you dry? You're not dry. It's on right. There we go. Well, that wasn't quite what I wanted. That was more of a dump than a sprinkle, but I'll take it. There we go. Dumped a few more places. That's the last. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, well, that's all right. That was the last of the blue pearl. With a chunk. Put you back. Let's go a little bit of that. This is a much deeper blue. I am not picking by name. I'm picking by what they're doing. I'm just kind of really going for a organic sprinkle. I think I want this one. Yeah. Right, that might have been a bit much. It's okay. Come on now. Go with that. Anything else? Yes. Sparkles. Sparkles. Get out of my way, these little lid pieces. It's a pain to pull them off, but if you leave them, you will pay later. Ooh, this one sprinkles nice. That's a sprinkle. That's a nice sprinkle. All right. And put that down and smack. Smack it. Hey. And go over the edges a little bit so that it's all right. Cover the hand some. I'm going to come back and do the hand. Cover the shoreline some. I'm going to come back and do the shoreline. Cover the horns some. I'm coming back and doing the horns. Make sure to get the top and then the side. You can get around where the boat was. And I kind of overlap some on purpose. Because I am going to come in and paint him. I want it to look real. Okay. Now, again, some more glue. And now I am leaving a little bit of texture, not getting rid of all of the bumps and humps, the beeps, the sweeps, and the creeps. Movie? Anybody? Anybody? Spaceballs. All right, I think we just let that dry now. Let's see what we decide it needs next. I always say that. I do this with clay too. Let's just let it dry. Works it for another 50 hours. Not really, but it's silly. Okay, a dig. And then I have 2 mountain ranges to do. I have where the main mountain range wraps here, pine trees coming up. And then I have some further off mountain ranges that are going to be less detailed and more dark that I have to do differently. So those will get done next because they are further back. I do need to give this just a moment to dry, but not too long, really, is what's nice. It doesn't have to go that long. I do need to get this probably done with this. Yeah, for now. We'll pop that in a thing of water. And I'm going to do this guy right here. And that's another part of a mountain range. It's like one mountain range going up there. So it's going to be one like deep brown, blackish, since it's in that background. So I'll use, oh, wait. Well, I don't want to use this. Remember, this was glossy. I don't want glossy. I don't want a glossy mountain range. No good. So we'll put this over here for the moment so I do not get mixed up. We'll pull out this brand spanking new thing. Do I have one that's opened? Yeah, I do. Of matte. You can hear that's not the proper lid. It's a thing that's kind of smushed on it. Yeah. All right. That will go good. Now I can attack that. So deep brown. This one's the darkest. It's the furthest away. Is anything else I want to think of here? Probably a little lighter at the coastline, even though we're talking about it being further away. Right? So brown, black, another black. There's a couple of greens that might work. Let's go with that. Now, where did you end? Get down. I realized this shirt's kind of ridiculous. But I got over here and realized that what I had on, I did not want to get paint on. And I didn't just want to do a full change. So I just grabbed this, basically this smock with this fabulous collar. But I have it over like a sweatshirt and a dress and sweatpants. But I realized as I was leaning over there that, yeah, it's looking ridiculous. I like it. All right, I'm adding some deep brown. And this is, this is part of trusting the process. This is just a background. I get a nice background down. Then we'll come back in and do some work. And that'll probably be tomorrow because I like the background to get nice and dry. And it's a pretty humid day here. Not that. This might be good. Might need to go get a different green though. Yes, that was the sound of my teeth tearing into this. Never do that. Don't do that. Don't do I do need another green. And it needs to be a different green, a darker green. It's a good one. Not quite. But I need that black. And I need that green. And I need this green. What else? This, maybe. Ooh. Not yet. All right. I'm back. We're back. Possibly go wrong. Oh man, there's so little. I really like the depth of color this stuff gives in mica powder. Just the ability to mix, get, and I guess surprise, surprise, get what I want. Surprise, surprise. the biggest issue I have with it, I mean, it feels kind of like a non-issue most of the time, um, is just that it doesn't. I find that I don't think things photograph that great because there's such a depth of color and the light does so much to it and it changes so much all the time that yeah, sometimes it's like, wow, how do you take a picture of how do you take a picture of this? It good news is, I mean, it seems to do okay on some stuff, but yeah, I mean, that's been my biggest issue is it's hard to get a representation. All right, I think I'm going to leave that to just kind of dry for a couple. We'll let you, I don't know how well you can even make out what we've got going on there. But I'm going to move while those parts dry to this next strip of coastline and mountain. Same brush, same idea, just just this side of it basically a little bit lighter. That's it. That's really it, but the same general idea. So I'll give this a brush or a wash. And you know what I did not do? Let's bring over my paper towels that are at the back. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to grab a quick drink of, oh my God, it's almost out, tea. How it went so fast. And what's really shameful is I don't have a tea pot up here. I don't have a tea maker. I have one of those little hot pot tea makers in the house uh, that I can even like press a thing on my phone, which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And have it done. But I love that thing. I use it 7 times a day, and I'm not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating. But I have to go next door. I have to go to the house from the studio to get it, which is good. It's good. Visit the dogs, visit the family. That's good. All right, here we go. Speaking of good, focus, focus. Here we go. Oh, where's the coastline? It's my coastline. It can be anywhere I want it to be. It's too much freedom. It's too much freedom. I love it. Yeah, might have to pull this out. Might have to use the camera and you guys to get this last little part here and not mess it up. We'll see. All right, we're gonna just outline this way because these are different. There's actually gonna be trees growing up there. So that's very different. Trust the process. There we go. Good enough. Aw, man, why'd you do that? Why you gotta do that? I'm just gonna leave you alone. We'll put something there, but that was not where I wanted that brown dot at all. I'm leaving you alone. Not cool. Okay, that will dry. I'm gonna get another layer. That edge is gonna have to get another hit, but I don't want to hit it right now because I like the way it looks. Don't hit it. Don't touch it. Do nothing. Leave it alone. Okay. Then this gets different. This gets the same as this stuff, and then up here is totally different. So now, what do we got here? This. That's gonna go, but then this goes here. Yep. Okay. So this is one more. This one's gonna get covered, at least in part, by a waterfall. It's right here. And then I'd like a little bit more green here. Yeah. And then I'd kind of like a lighter green, but I don't know that it's, yeah, I guess it's this one. Yeah, I guess it is. And right up to the edge. It's always scary. It's getting dark. And there are peepers, frogs, frogs. It's a lovely sound. Now I'm using this to really build her up here, because I love texture. I like paintings you can touch. You might come away with some glitter on your fingers, but you know, that's the risk you took. Okay, I like that. Let's get a little bit more here. That'll be better, better. And even the slightest bit more, yeah. Like that. Okay, now is the next part's what I did to myself. So the next part is this. And I gotta do actual trees, like trees, not just blah, 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 blah. At least a couple, well, more than a couple. Blah. So I'm gonna do that here in un momento. Just do a little bit more. Remember that this stuff is gonna dry clear, or whatever color you put into it. So what I'm doing now is just deciding on places where it's going to be higher, where you're literally just going to be able to rub your finger over it. That's really what this is. Okay, walk away. Step away. Step away. So I can basically just transfer this same idea over here. It's not the same mountain, but same idea. Get a good background down, and then I can start putting my trees in. There's also two waterfalls on there's a cliff front here, and then two waterfalls, and I'll shift if we continue to the point that I'm doing all of that. I'll shift you down to the point that you see it. uh I might, 'cause I'm out of tea or very close to, I might fall apart before that because I'll need my tea to continue. And unless more tea manifests somehow, I think I'll probably just fall apart. So we're doing this part here, and we're just kind of continuing with what we've already done. I do want to start with a fresh airbrush. In fact, actually, because of how big this is, we're going back to this brush. That's right. And I'm not even worried about getting all the blue out of it. Don't even care. Big brush. Slap that on. Let's pull that back. Let's give you a slightly better vantage point. That might help you to see. Do, 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 do. All right. Slather this stuff on. That was good also because I just got that a little further away. And let me tell you, it's starting to fly. Oh, that wasn't supposed to go there. Starting to fly. All right. So that's a big woods hill area. And I'm now going to treat it not unlike we did. Oh, come on. The sea. Oh, that was dramatic. That should give me a decent little background, but I wouldn't mind something to really differentiate it from everything else. Pop some lighter green right there. Just, no. Yeah. Oh, well. That's why we let things dry, because when that dries, it'll be much easier to clean all of that up. All right. And now I am going to grab the smaller brush. Let us see how this goes. Smack it. Actually, not too much. Some kind of traveling all over the place so that it doesn't gather any one place too much. And now I'm going to go a little nuts. Oops, sorry. I think I just smacked you. All right, so I think I got, oh, no, I did not. I wanted to get all the kind of loose little powdery bits with this smaller brush so they couldn't go flying all over the place. I got a little bit that was still there. Loose little powdery bits is a technical term. It is not. But now what I am going to do is switch and load this baby down, down. Got all those trees and bushes, foliage. And now we start. Oh, careful of the border with the other mountains. Don't really care about the bottom border because we're painting it anyway. Don't get it too close. Don't get it too worked. So that is a nice, almost a nice base layer. Whoa. Just wrestling the painting, that's all. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see. Hey, there's a cat that just walked in here. Dude, what are you doing in here? No. Oh, no, not cool. It's Gandalf. Gandalf is trouble. Yes, Gandalf is me. Yes, I know it is, bud. Gandalf is trouble. Oh, we love him. Get out of there. What are you doing? You're not even supposed to be in here. This is the problem with having the front door open on a beautiful day. This is the problem. Oh, do I want to do anything else in there? Or am I happy with that? I feel like the slightest bit more of this would be helpful. Slightest, not an entire dumping. Okay, that was good. That was slight. And then maybe, okay. Yeah. Hi, Gandalf. I don't know if you can hear him meowing at me or not. He's talking. Hey, pretty boy. He's very friendly. This is part of why he's troublesome. Swear to God, if you tear anything up here. He goes, what are you gonna do? You're gonna do nothing. That's what you're gonna do. Gonna do nothing because you're a sucker. Sucker. Get out of here. Sucker. That's what I said. You a sucker. He's right. Right, you're right. Get out, Gandalf. All right. Mountains. We got mountains. We got ocean. We got some trouble over here in the ocean where we had a mountain accident. Cliffs. So really the next thing is this cliffage here that then have waterfalls coming down the front of them. So I need to pull together some white and gray. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Prepare yourselves. Oh, I apologize profusely. White, huh? I always use up all the whites and the crystals and stuff before anything else. The first thing that goes. All right. I guess I need to whip out some acrylics. Just white. Gotta be something in here, right? Come on. Oh, there's a silver white. It's like the last one I have left. No, that's not true because there's an unopened container. So there's obviously another one somewhere. This is a very pretty color. So I'm just going to bring it because it's pretty and I want to use it somewhere. I feel rather the same about this red. It'll be fire. I'll bring it. All right. I think this will allow me to do a lot of empty whites. Why do I even keep those? Why do I even keep? Why keep that? This will allow me, I think, to do what I need to. Isn't that a great red? Look at that. That is a great red. So that'll end up happening, but not yet. Right now, I'm going to use a vaguely cleaned up, but not totally cleaned up, so that we can have some of the same color paintbrush and white. Oh, precious, precious white. Get out of here. Thank you. There we go. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. White Cliffs of Dover here. Not really, but still. What I thought of. What I thought of. Obviously not. Okay. Got that a little bit. And then the slightest bit. I don't even think I want to try the shaky gray. All right, now that I've just kind of messily slapped that all over the place, you can continue to messily slap some glue. Hey, hey, don't go anywhere. You are very valuable. Wrap the sides. And I'm going to need more base here. Oh, I missed some of the side. All right, I need more. Whoa, that was a lot more, but I will use it. Even if I don't tonight, put it away. And keep smacking out some stone. Cliffs, really. I'm just kind of avoiding too much overlap. Like there's a dwarf right here. His face is right there. And his axe is right there. So that's why I'm not going too much there. And I had those sketched in. His hand and arm are right here. So I'm kind of avoiding those areas. And I just keep working the powders till I get the, and basically till I get this specific color I want. I really put an edge where the cliff's edge is. There we go. It's a little bit more powder over here. I think I'm going to have to add some more pigment. Like it to have a little bit more pop to it. Quite there yet, but we're close. Let's see what here. All right, a little bit more. That was a bit more than a little bit, but we'll go with it. I'll riff it. There's a waterfall on either side of this right here. I really need, let me get some of this. Just need some of that paint. To build a ridge right there. Nice. That was what I needed. And I kind of need one more. Let's see what happens. Twist it while it's off the surface. Do a nice twist on the paintbrush so that you get a ununiform, more organic looking print. There we go. That's nice. I decide rather than adding some more dark, I would add some more of the white, which is probably what I usually do, which is probably why I am out of white. Ah, I just got attacked by this ladybug. Not particularly worried about it. I did get rushed by a wasp earlier today. Got really interested in my hair. That was, I mean, not the end of the world either. I'm luckily not allergic. He didn't sting me. He was very lazy, very confused about what was going on. He was just interested in chilling in my hair. I had to take him outside and evict him. I did not kill him, just eviction. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, that's definitely a ladybug. Okay, I think probably pretty close anyway to call this a good cliff wall, at least for a first layer. She says as she keeps going. I think we're close. Okay. And then we start getting in layers now. It starts getting hard. I know. Starts. Wow. Next thing that really needs to happen is the water. So I remember where it is and I don't lose the water because it goes here. Yep, there's a cliff that goes here in front of it. Water goes down here. There's another cliff that goes in front of it here. So actually, there's another right here. Okay, I got it. So I sketch these things out first because, whew, man, by the time you get here, like, what did I do? I'm sorry. What was this painting of? Was this even a painting of something I've ever heard of before? Yes, it's a painting of a story that you wrote and told and came up with. Yes, yes, yes. Oh no, say it ain't so. Okay, so I can't really. What I'm doing right. Ladybug, right there. What I'm doing right now is avoiding water, but I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm just going to paint it on here. It's going to happen. I'm just going to do it right here because then after all this dries, I got to do some details and woods and things up here. But right now, I just got to put the water on. I can't avoid it. Do it. Do it. I'm avoiding. And I also had to think about where it ended because there's a cliff that goes up here and cuts through. So really, these cut off both of these waterfalls pretty early. And I had to kind of remind myself of that. And I want to go back to the shiny, the gloss luster, because I like the gloss for water. And I might stop after this. I don't know. We'll see. An hour in. I need tea. I could go forever if I just had tea. I just need tea. It's okay. I got this. It's down to right there. It stops right there. Waterfalls are the best. until you have to paint one, and then they suck. No, they don't. They're beautiful all the time. Blue pearl. I am hanging out with the ladybug. It's right on the goat's neck. I'm not really ready for that yet. Type with it. I'll use it all here. This is blue water. Blue water. All right, we'll go for that for the moment. Where did I say this got kicked off? That actually cuts off there. Whoa. Too much blue. Too much blue. All right, that's okay. I like that. All right, let that dry and try not to touch it until it does. And now I need to start moving out to the cliffs. So it really does just become like layering on what each thing is. Is this dry now? It is. Can that come off? Oh, it looks like it might actually. That's cool. Okay. I'm not going to get too crazy there, but I think most of that's going to actually wipe off. Because there's actually like a castle, well, a barrier structure down here. I'm trying to decide if I want to start way. Technically, I really just need to start all the way and start on the beach and work my way out. Start on the beach and work my way out. Here we go. Is that really gonna? Do 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 do. There we go. Some old tea. Hey, I think that might actually come off. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Now, can I get that? Oh, don't go. Look at that. I can live with that. Not a catastrophic error. Although I do seem to have wiped away a good bit of the prior sketch. Oh well. Let's see. I have this glue. So I use the glue. Using the glues and sand. So there's, I mean, sandy. There's a beach. I don't know that it's not sandy. It would not be sandy. I do know that it's not sandy. More white would be the ideal. Pebble Beach. Oh, let's go with this. You know what? Let's go with apricot, perhaps. It seems a little odd, but I don't know. Might work. I like it. So it's really just a tiny, tiny smudge of land here. It's just a tiny smudgings. Ow. I feel like something hit me on my knee. Maybe it should be a little smudgings more. Yeah, let's go with that. There we go. Let's do some golden sands. There we go. Very little of that actually shows. It's ridiculous how you did that, but it's okay. Sorry. It will add effect. And then this. This change. All right, one more, mostly brown mountain area. Green, brown green. All right, it's this one that I want to do, which is here, and it goes into here. Here, here. That starts to fade. Actually, not yet. Keep a good bit of this here. But this is a different, maybe remember that. Connecting to. It's all fine. It's a little higher up here, I think, when it's all connected, which is good. And I think I want some of this green in here to connect all of this. Speaking of connection, a little bit joining over here. And then I'll do a little bit down there. Not that much. With some of this. Okay. I think this will work. And probably with some white. Oh, man. Seriously. All right, let's start with that. And then I can come back. First layer, Hannah. Chill out. Whoa. Don't chill that much. Right, right, yeah. I'm going to try to avoid the legs of this creature back here. It's called a night one, and they make a very big showing in book 2. And they're pretty gross, if I do say so myself. And there's one crawling up the edge there. Nasty things. Ooh, ooh, oh, that's all right. Just making sure that I carry the same kind of colors and textures throughout. You see, I keep traveling throughout this section that I want them to be in. Now to a dwarf. Could easily be Ironbeard. I need to avoid him and his steed as much as possible, and as much as I can. Because I'm going to come back and paint him. Not tonight. I do not think. Not this day. Later. Tomorrow. Kind of a push to get the background done. That's really what all this is. So that I can focus on the characters and their gear and everything. And then there's, all the details, the trees and the castle back here and the people coming in and out. I mean, there's stuff. There's 2 ships on the ocean. Oh, shoot. I don't know if I fully understood what I was getting myself into when I was like, you know what? I need to do this. The battle scene, one of many, one of some, one of several. Many is very subjective. My many could be somebody else's. Excuse me, told me there were going to be battles in this. There were only like 5. It's boring. Little goat friend. There's another edge right here, kind of hanging around. There's a Telenuth standing here. I realize when you invent a character and then you don't illustrate your book, you should probably illustrate something. So he's showing up. The sketch is mediocre. He's getting a lot of stuff on top of that. So don't take the sketches, what they look like. I did the sketch knowing that I was going to be coming back and gussying up a bit. At some point, I'm gonna have to put this brush in some water. He's got a cape on here, so we're still dwarfing it. It's got a hole in it, so there we go. It's been a long battle. And the dwarves are on a totally different level in the Telenukes. And I don't mean that like, whoa, man, you're on a different level. I mean that like they're on a rock that's jetting out right here and are riding in on a different level, and the Telenuke is standing down below. Some would say the Telenuke are on a very different level than the dwarves. Not the dwarves. All right, we're switching out here. There's another dwarf and steed here. And that does remind me, I did kind of goof there because well, no, that'll be fine. This stuff, but it's fine where it is. He has a cool double-sided axe. I like. Let's go back over here again, finish up this edge. See if we can, it's his arm. Not edge into his arm. He would not like that. You won't like me when I'm angry. And we are edging the cliffs there. Some of the colors that we're using down below, making sure I go over the edge. Speaking of, over the edge. Around the edge. Dude, come on. There we go. Keep it going. Keep it going. Nothing to see here. Pulling some colors from over on that side down to give it some additional depth and visual interest. Tie it together as one environment a little bit better. All right, I need to get back over here and finish the bottom. I don't know if I feel like, I don't know if I can take that on tonight. But I might go ahead and do this the way it wraps around. There's details and then there's details. All right, all right, all right. The night creatures are in full effect. I'm hearing a serenade. It is lovely. It's been very warm. It's not going to be here quite soon. It's going to change temperature direction pretty substantially. Again, more seasonally appropriate, really, but I do not think, will necessarily be terribly happy about it. They being the peepers, the peepers. Stuff's getting super tacky. You're so tacky. But it's not bad. I'm going to actually steal some of these colors to use. I may not even do this tonight. I'm going to end up stealing the powders. Really start to see the outline of this dude. All right, so close, so close, so close. And now I need more glue. Fill this up. This is a level above the hill below. I don't put that down just yet. And then I get to paint a creepy crawly coming up over this too, which would be fun. That would be neat. I'm gonna use some of this to lightly texture this area and join it up. And that means when I do when I finish this whole area, because there's a whole kind of scene that happens down here. They're running through a gate. There's the castle wall, or not castle, it's a burial wall, and people running through. But this will just help bring, again, this environment in with the environment above, because it's going to have some of the same color, just like you do. Even though I'll finish painting it on a very different day. Well, very different day, a different day, not today. Good. There we go. Good bit around the edge. Sure. Anywhere I needed that color to continue. It's done. Looks pretty good. Only thing I could think would be if I want to go over and do this, but I think I just want to stop here for the night and let all of this dry and see where it ends up tomorrow morning, and then jump in with it. Well, no, there's no reason not to do this. Listen to me. Oh my God, this is ridiculous, but this is it. This is working with me. This is me. But there's no reason not to do this. Like, why wouldn't I just go ahead and just this right here? Let me wash my little thing here. I feel like I could do this with this big guy. And whew, don't fly in the glue, little guy. A painting medium is not a good place for ladybugs. All right, mopping it. And this is pretty wet, which is good because that's kind of what I need. Let me get some of my other writing utensils out of here, and perhaps these open jars, because that's a disaster waiting to happen. Okay, here we go. Getting that edge. Yeah, there's another dwarf. Another steed. I already mentioned him. But we are not hitting him up too bad. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's cool. And then we're going to take this out here. Pretty much the same idea. And this was some of this. Oh, hey, dude. There we go. That's what I get. That's what you get, right? Well, we'll keep you there. How about that? Do that. And then silver white. Man, all the time. More. I need it all. Okay. That might do it. And maybe that, but maybe not. All the black is just a little too, might work out. I just don't want it to get that gray. I need it like, barely. Let's go ahead and grab some more of this. Low, medium. That's a lot. Perhaps not that much. Thank you. Can I get just bop, like, because bop is, what the heck? That's a lot. But bop is a measuring amount. It is that much. Okay. Oh, what did I just do? I think that probably needed a little bit more of, come on, dog. Thank you. Don't be that. Don't be like that. Okay, here, Jesse. The layer. Coming for this. Which isn't surprising because I've been going for ages. But I also could have been wrong, which means, what did I hear? Need some serious pigment for this edge, so just mixed it straight up in the tray. I want it to cover everything. Sure, that's not the only place we get to see that depth of color. You can also use a little bit right there. Added a little bit of the gray. Oddly enough, it was not enough. I was all worried about it being too gray. Now I can't get gray enough. Ta-da! I'm not going to be able to pick this up to show you anything because I think it's too wet. But I will be able to, as usual, bring you over to it. So, not a biggie. We do that, right? We do that all the time. all the time. I don't think I've done this enough to say that, right? All the time. All right. Got that little section down there. That needs to wait. Got Rocky Rocker here. That I can do right now. And then I think I'm good. Have no ability to just be like, all right. Actually, I have every ability to just be like, all right, turn it off. But I like to be at a clear stopping point, and I felt like the clear inanimate objects, non-seen objects. Not non-seen. They lack the same level of detail. All right. I'm going hard with this gray right off the bat. Oh, Rocky, Rocky. Ooh. Darn it, this stuff's getting so thick. It's good. It also makes it a little difficult sometimes. There we go. Oh, actually, it's not all the white, believe it or not. I did not just blow my wad on that white. Close. Hmm. Okay. I think it's a really nice silver. All right. I think I'm walking away. I'm tired, a little hungry. It's time. I think this is good for an evening anyway. You gotta know. And let me yoink you over here. Yoink, yoink, right? Oh, wrong side. Here we go. Wait, hold on to your hats, folks. Hold on. Here we go. There. Oh, woohoo. Well, that's not ideal, is it? Nobody wants a cord in their vision. Yo, nobody wants to be looking at like the floor either, lady. Okay, here. Here. So there we are. That's where we are so far. So it's gonna dry. We'll come back. We'll do a bunch to it. Still lots and lots and lots of work left. But I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Um, you can see some of the detail as you get closer to it. Some of these, oh, he looks awful. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Nah, it's fine. You can look at whatever you want to because this is cool. Now you get to see what it looks like at this point, all sketched out, just rough sketch, and then you get to see what it looks like whenever I finish painting it. And this is first layer of paint. And these are, of course, characters. Yeah, they're characters from the Storykeeper's daughter, which is kind of even cooler. I'll talk to y'all next time. Have a wonderful evening, everybody.